On the last video I uploaded talking about 5 mistakes beginners make on their sewing journey, but then most of those mistakes were coming from experience, like my own personal experience. So I talked about the 5 mistakes I made on my early stage of sewing, and because I started that video like the 5 mistakes I mentioned from the basis. So I named 5 basic mistakes beginners make. So I mentioned the tape, the body measurement, and then I talked about neckline, because I've been getting a whole lot of questions from people about neckline, like how they usually get the neckline confused, how they make mistakes when they are trying to draft out their pattern or mark on fabric, whatever they're doing, they always make that mistake. So I've been getting so much questions, and on the 5 mistakes, that video I gave you guys like standard measurements, but then I thought to myself, since I have like the main way for you to calculate, there's a way for you to calculate for your neckline. Since I have like the main way, why not share to anybody that is interested in knowing how to actually calculate for your neckline. Okay, there is a measurement, and all you have to do to understand this measurement is grab your paper, your pen, and just pay attention, okay, because I'm going to be explaining these ways. So you have 2 ways here. There are 2 ways you can actually calculate for your neckline, both for the neck width and for the neck depth, okay? And that is what this video is all about, okay? So thank you for joining me. Please don't forget to like this video while you're watching. Before we get into it, like it, subscribe if you want to grow with me, sew with me. You're so fairy. Subscribe down below, and let's get into it. If you have seen that video, you would have seen where I talked about how people always forget to know that the neck width of your front and your back is always the same. So most of the time when I get questioned that my neckline is not aligning, is not joining, is the fact that your neckline, when it comes to your neck width and your neck depth, they are 2 different things. The neck width is the wideness of your neck, and you need that measurement when you're marking for your neckline, and you also need your neck depth, okay? So there is a width, wideness, there is a depth, okay? So you see this outfit I'm wearing right now, there are 2 things happening here on the neckline, and those 2 things are the width and the depth, okay? So the width is how wide this collar is sitting. That's the width, that's the wideness, okay, of my neckline. And you see the opening you're seeing here is the depth, okay? This is a shirt, yes, but then there is a depth here, okay? It's the depth. This is the depth and this is the opening. So you need to always know that your neck depth and your neck width are always like, they are different measurements, and you need this measurement. And when it comes to your back and your front piece, your neck width the same, your neck depth for your front and your back piece different, okay? You see this space here, always different when it comes to the back, but the wideness stays the same, okay? So I talked about it on that video if you've not seen it. But anyways, we're going to be progressing from that particular point, and I'm just going to be talking to you guys about 2 ways. Yes, I know 2 ways. I've been holding this message, I've been holding this thing, and for that, sue me, but don't forget to subscribe. I know 2 ways that you can follow to calculate your neckline, or calculate the neckline of your customer, or just how to get that markings, okay, for your pattern, your fabric, or when you're trying to drape, whatever it is, how to actually get the measurement, okay? But before then, I want to talk to you about the fact that a lot of you don't know that whatever neckline you're trying to achieve on your outfit, whatever it is you're trying to achieve, I'm going to be putting out a picture of all these different necklines. Take a look at them. All these different necklines, from your v-neck to your boat neck to your u-neck to your Queen Anne neckline to your whatever neckline, your open back, your whatever neckline it is that you're trying to achieve from these pictures you're seeing, whatever neckline, okay, even your wrap, you always have to start from the basics. The basic neckline is always needed, and from having that basic neckline, you can move along and move ahead in adjusting it and getting your any neckline. Like, you can go from this basic neckline to a v-neck, you can go from this basic neckline to a whatever neck, okay? So this is why it is important for you to know the basic, okay? Know how to properly mark your neckline, the opening and the depth. Know this, and now you can be able to just sit down and adjust your neckline to whatever you want with this measurement, okay? So that's why it is important you know this. That being said, my 2 ways of calculating for your neckline: the first way, you need your clients to be presently there. You need a person to be presently there. You need to calculate their round neck for you to get this particular measurement, okay? So for the first way, you need the presence of whosoever you are making the outfit for. And for the second way, you do not need them to be present, okay? If they can send you their round busts, you're good, okay? Their round breast, if they can get that particular measurement to you, you can use that to calculate that for the second way and get your neck measurement, okay? So these two ways I'll be showing you, discussing it with you, and just sharing what I know. For the first way, like I said, you need the person to be physically present, looking at you eyeball to eyeball, and then you're going to grab your tape, okay? That's the first thing you will do. So grab your tape with me, and you're going to place this round your client's neck. So you're going to take the tape, you place it round your client's neck, or whosoever you're making the outfit for. It doesn't have to be your client, it could be your friend, family member, whosoever, okay? Place this tape around your neck. Now, make sure you don't make this mistake while you're placing the tape around the neck, okay? Please do not place it on their upper neck, okay? No, don't do that. Make sure that your tape goes around the widest point of the neck, okay? You can see the widest point of my neck. Even your neck, it sits at the edge here. So this is where your tape, I don't know if you can see me, my hair. So the widest point of the neck, okay? The widest. You place it, okay, let's do it together. So you place this at the widest point, you can see, and let it be loose, and then make sure there's a finger in between, and you go like this. Can you see what I'm doing? You make sure you get the finger inside, and then you get the measurement. Now I got 16 is what I got for my round neck. Now if you have round neck of 16, the first thing you're going to do is measure and get the neck width, okay, the wideness of the neck, okay, using that 16. And what you're going to do is you're going to say 16 inches, because I got 16, so I'm going to say that's 16 inches divided by 5, and that's it. 16 inches divided by 5, and that's it, okay? That is my neck width. That is what I'll be marking on my front pattern, my front piece, and that is what I'll be marking on my back pattern, my back piece, okay? Because the back and the front is always the same when it comes to the neck width, okay? So this is the measurement I'll be marking. Now please grab your calculator and calculate with me. 16 inches divided by 5. 16 is my round neck, divided by 5. I have 3.2 inches here. That is the widest of my neck, okay? That's what I'll be marking. I might decide to approximate that particular number to 3 inches alone, forgetting the 0.2. Just say 3 inches alone. That will be good. That is still, I'm still safe. But yeah, that is how you calculate for your neck width using that particular measurement, 16 inches, which is your round neck, okay? Which is that person's round neck. Now, please do yours. I know I asked you to do mine with my calculator. Please do yours and tell me what you've gotten on the comment section, okay? Let me know when you divided your own round neck as you're watching me, because I asked you to grab your tape. When you did that on your neck and you got that number, what did you divide by? 5. What did you get? Let me know in the comment section. And that is how you calculate for your neck width using your round neck measurement, okay? Now for the neck depth, for your front piece, your front pattern, now neck depth for front and back is always different. The basic measurement for back is always 0.75 or 1 inch, okay? That cannot be measured, that cannot be changed for anybody. Fat, sorry for using that word, but thick, slim, medium, whatever you are, my size, whatever you are, petite, 1 inch, you can adjust from there. You can create your low back, you can create your apple shaped back, you can do whatever, but that is like the standard basic measurement that I know, that I've heard of, that I've seen a lot of designers use on like basic patterns, okay? Because this is basic. So 1 inch or 0.75, and then you walk from there. But apart from that, the front, there's a calculation. And how do you do that? That round neck measurement that you've gotten, you're going to see that measurement divided by 6, and you get your answer, okay? So my round neck, we measured it, we got 16 inches. So what I'm going to say is my neck depth for my front pattern is that's 16 inches divided by 6. And the measurement I get is what I'll be marking as my neck depth for my front pattern. And on here, like after dividing, I got 2.7 inches. I can approximate that to 3 inches. I'm still safe. I can leave that at 2.7 inches. I am still safe. Okay, now I can adjust my neckline from that point. Okay, I can start to now go down more from there to get my neck, like maybe v-neck, or boat neck or cow neck, whatever neck I want. I can move from there, but that's the basic way to measure for your neckline: back, front, neck width, neck depth, using your round neck measurement. Okay, now the second way for you to measure, before we get into the second way, did you understand? Now the second way for you to measure, or the second way I know that I have been hoarding because I'm a bad and wicked person. Anyways, for the second way, I know you don't need a client to be present. Okay, if the clients can get to you their round bust, baby girl, you're good. All you need is their round breast. Okay, if you have their round bust, you can work with them at particular measurements. Now I am going to be using my own round bust for this illustration, and my round bust is 36. So imagine I want to make something for a friend and their round bust is 36. Let's not say me, let's now assume somebody else. Okay, so I want to make clothes for Stephanie. Okay, Stephanie used to be my compound name. Like when I want to like play around, I say my name is Stephanie. But anyways, let's say we're making an outfit for Stephanie, and Stephanie's round bust is 36. Now how I will get Stephanie neck width and Stephanie's neck depth for her basic pattern is saying 36 divided by 8 plus 1 inch or 1.5, whichever works. I have seen people use 1.5, I've seen people use 1 inch, whichever works, but you're going to say that round bust measurement, like the round bust, divided by 8 plus 1 inch or 1.5. Okay, for this video, I'm going to be using 1 inch. So my friend Stephanie, round bust is 36. 36 divided by 8 plus 1 inch. 36 divided by 8, first of all, gives you 4.5. So let's do that with your calculator. 36 divided by 8 give you 4.5. So we're going to say 4.5 plus 1 inch, which is 5.5, and then we'll go ahead and say 5.5 divided by 2. This particular calculation is long, but it still gets you to that particular point you want to be. Round bust divided by 8, 36 divided by 8 gives you 4.5 plus 1 inch. That's like an allowance. Okay, plus 1 inch. Now 4.5 plus 1 inch gives you 5.5. Now we're going to say that particular 5.5 divide by 2. Now dividing by 2 is going to give you how deep the neck is going to be. Okay, so here 5.5 divided by 2 gives you 2.75, and you can see 2.75 is still is a good thing. It's not far from the first answer we got. Okay, the first answer we got on the other way was 3 points. You can see that 2.75 is closer, right? We're still working in the same vicinity, so you can decide to mark that as the neck width and the neck depth. You can mark 2.75 here from like the neck width. You can mark it from this point to here, that's the neck depth. Okay, you can use that particular measurement. It goes. Okay, so you see, now with this basic measurement, you can move into any design, you can move into any style. Okay, you can just start slashing and spreading to get the cow neck. You can start marking whatever you want to mark to get any neckline. And you guys, there's going to be a bonus video at the end of this video. Okay, well, at the end, but then if you stick to like the end, you're going to see like a bonus video. I'm going to be showing you like how to go from that basic measurement to any measurement you want to go to. I'm just going to give you illustration doing a v-neck, maybe a queen Anne, maybe a low back, something. We're just going to, I don't even know what I'm going to do yet. I'm still thinking about it, but I'm going to make sure I attach a video where I show you how to go from that basic measurement to any other neckline. Okay, like maybe 2 or 3 other neckline, and you're just going to get the gist so that you can be creative on your own and while out. Okay, do it. Just see what I do here and use that imagination, or that's, you see, that's what I just do. Use that process to create whatever neckline you want to create. But this is the basic way for you to get this neckline. Be part of this family. Okay, we are growing together, and whatever information I get, I pass it along so we can grow together. And if you have more knowledge you want to share with us, please don't hesitate to just go on the comment section and write it out. Okay, so everybody else see and learn from it. Okay, please don't hold it. Okay, if you have something else to share with the rest of us, the rest of the soulmates, let us know in the comment section. Tell us the tricks, the tips that we've not known about, something that have been helping you out in sewing, especially being a beginner. What are those easy easy things that you've learned. Okay, share with us on the comment section, and I'm going to be so happy to see it and read it out to the, you know, to the soulmates in my next video. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you, my amazing creators. I appreciate each and every one of you. Love and light, and see you on my next video. For the illustration, I went ahead to draft out a meaning pattern, very short pattern, just showing you only the shoulder and the armhole on these different patterns. And on these patterns, we're going to be marking necklines and then adjusting the normal basic neckline to probably 3 different type of neckline. Okay, so you can see that I don't have any neck measurements indicated here or any neck measurements indicated on this pattern or this third pattern. We're going to be doing that together and then adjusting it to what we want. Okay, to what, you know, just for illustration purposes. Now I'm just going to take off 2 of the pattern and work on this one. As you can see on the pattern, this is the shoulder measurement from here to here, and this is the slope. Okay, so the shoulder measurement was from here to here, and then from this point I came down by 1 inch for the slope, and then from this point I marked my armhole. You can see that indicated here, and on here where I have my folded edge, that is the center front or center back. Okay, you can see that I have my pattern folded into 2, and this line here is the center front or center back. I have detailed videos that tells you everything that you need to know about this particular things I'm talking about. Anyways, let's go ahead and start marking. For the neck width, I am going to be marking the neck width of 2.75 based on the measurements I got while I divided my round neck. Okay, so you can use any of those methods. You can either use your round neck, you know, divide that and mark your round neck divided by 5, or you can use your round bust divided by 8, whichever you want. And I'm just going to use any of the figures and I'll mark my neck width. Remember I said the neck width for the front and the back is always the same, so I'm going to be marking the neck width of 2.75 here on this line. This is the main shoulder line. Okay, I'm going to be marking my neck width from the center front or center back in. I'll mark 2.75, which is here. You should know what 2.75 is on your tape. So this is it. Now for the neck depths of the front, I'm going to assume that this pattern here is for my front. So this is the center front. For the neck depths, I'm going to be marking 3 inches down. Okay, and I'm starting from this line, the main shoulder line, and I'm coming down. I'll mark 3 inches. And I'll use my curve ruler to connect this point to this point. Okay, this is the neck depth and this is the neck width. So I'll connect. And this is it. This is the normal way to draft out your basic neckline. Now let's adjust this pattern to a V-neck, and you will see how easy it is to adjust your basic neckline to a V-neck. This is the basic part, the basic neckline. This is basic neckline. Now to adjust this particular pattern to get the V-neck, what we're going to do is, because of the V-neck is going to be in the front, this is the center front, and it's just going to be affecting only the depth, the neck depth, right? The width remains the same because the width, this width here is what we are going to be having on the back pattern. Imagine we have a back pattern for this pattern. This 2.75 is what we're going to be marking on that back pattern, right? Now for the neck depth on the front, we're just going to be adjusting this 3. We're just going to be adjusting it to get a V-neck. And to do this, I'm just going to mark from this point here. I'll either come down by 5 or 6 or 4. It is all depending on how open you want your V-neck to be. Okay, so that is up to you. This is just for illustration purposes. I'm just going to mark 5 inches down from this point. So it depends on how wide you want your v-neck to be or how open you want it to be. So this is the 5 inches down. And all I have to do to get my v-neck is connect this point to the neck width, and that's it. And we're going to cut it out so you can see how it looks. So do this, you can see, to the neck width, and then I connect. And this now becomes the V neckline. Okay, so I'm going to cut this so you can see what it looks like. Yeah. So let's also cut this part out. So now imagine you're creating a top that is meant to be a V-neck top. You have done this. This is it. You can see this is your V. I don't even need to say too much. This just indicates V, right? And this is how you get your V-neck. Adjusting it from your basic pattern. Please let me know in the comment section if you understand how we got to this point. And yeah, we're going to move on to creating another neckline from a basic neckline, okay? Just adjusting a basic neckline to getting another type of neckline. This is the second pattern, and this also we're going to be doing for the front. So I'm just going to write, this is the center already, I'm just going to say center front. And probably the third pattern is going to be a back adjustment, okay? We're just going to be marking a back neckline and adjusting it to something else. So this is a center front, right? And we're just going to mark neckline and adjust it to what we want. Like we mark a basic neckline and adjust it to what we want. Now the basic neckline I'm going to be marking for this particular pattern is for the neck width. I'm going to be marking 3 inches. Okay, and you remember all this I got from my 2 method, right? My 2 method measurements. So neck width 3 inches, and if you have a back pattern, what you're marking here is what you should mark on that particular back pattern. And then I'll be marking 2.5 inches down or 2.75 inches neck depth. This is the front, or I can still do 3 inches. So I can do 3 in, 3 down. Okay, it is normal. I'm not going too far from my measurements. And I'm just going to mark 3 inches neck depth. So I'll connect the 3 inches here to this 3 inches using a curve. And this here is a basic neckline. So this is the basic standard neckline, basic neckline. And we're going to be adjusting this to get another type of neckline, okay? So what should we do here? Let's create a Queen Anne neckline. And you know, to do a Queen Anne neckline, to adjust your pattern to getting a Queen Anne neckline is very easy. Now it depends on how you want how deep you want your Queen Anne neckline to be. It depends on how the points you want them to be, but I'm just going to be using basic measurement because my pattern is the meaning pattern. So what I'm going to do is from the shoulder here, the main line on the shoulder, I'm going to create a line 7 inches down from that line, or let me just use 6 inches. Okay, because this is the main pattern. So I'm just going to mark 6 inches down. I just want to create a line as a guide for me to create my Queen Anne neckline. So I'll rule a line. Let me use a red pen. I'll rule a line here. Now, from this line that I have here, I'm just going to come in from here by 2 inches or 3 inches, up to you. This is just for illustration purposes, so I'll just mark 2 inches out or in from the armhole. I'll indicate it 2 inches here, and I'm just going to connect these 2 inches to this point. This is the shoulder where the neck width stops. The rest is the actual shoulder measurement. So from here to here is the shoulder measurement, and while the rest here is the neck opening, the basic neck opening. So I'm just going to connect it to this point, or connect it to this point like this, right? Now I'm going to come down by 2 inches from this point. I'll just come down by 2 inches so I can connect it to this point, okay? So you can do 2, you can do 3. This is just illustration purposes, okay? I'm just trying to show you that you can adjust your basic neckline to whatever neckline you want. So I'll mark 2 inches down from that point. And now I'll use my curve to connect this point to this point like this. Okay? Like I said, this is just for illustration purposes. I'm just going to connect it like this. And voila, we have a Queen Anne neckline, a darkless Queen Anne neckline. Again, this is for illustration purposes. I am going to cut this out so we get to see what it looks like. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have your Queen Anne neckline. Now, this is not deep enough. Most times when people create their Queen Anne neckline, they go further down than this. But I'm just trying to show you that, honey, you can adjust your neckline from your basic pattern to whatever you want. Okay, so this is it. This is a Queen Anne neckline. The first one we did was a V-neck neckline, and this is a Queen Anne neckline. And let's just go ahead and create, probably using the back to create another type of neckline. So you can see that you can also adjust your back basic neckline to whatever you want. My third pattern here, I'm going to be using this as, you know, the back. So here that I have center, I'm just going to indicate this as center back, okay, not front. So now this third illustration is for the back neckline. So now I'm going to be marking the neck width of the back, and the neck width I'll be using is 3 inches. And yeah, I'll mark 3 inches on the main shoulder line. That's the neck width. Remember that the neck width is always the same with the front, right? I keep emphasizing this. Now, if you have a front pattern, of course, you're going to have a front pattern. What you mark here is what you mark on your front pattern, the neck width. Now, for the neck depth, I said I always use 0.75 or 1 inch. For the purpose of this illustration, I'll be using 1 inch. So from this point here, where you have the center back, I'll mark my 1 inch down. And then I'll use my curve ruler to connect this neck depth here. This is the neck depth, this is the neck width. I'll connect the neck depth to the neck width with my curve ruler. Okay, so this is the back neckline, obviously. This is done. Now let's adjust this back neckline to something else that we want. Imagine you want like an open back. You're creating something that you want an open back, and you want it to be like a U shape on the open back, like you want it to be open and it should be U shape. How do we do this? Now, from this point here, I'm just going to come down by 7, the neck depth. I'm coming down by 7 more. And, you know, whenever you're adjusting your neck, you don't always touch your neck width, because anything that affects this neck width affects the front. Okay, so if you're adjusting here, you have to adjust the front. That is how it works. So we're not touching the neck width. We're just going to be working with the neck depth. So I marked 7 here. I am just going to create like a U shape from here to here. Okay, you can just use your hand to like do like dotted method. You can whatever you want to do to get this, but how will I be doing this? I'm just going to, from here that I mark my 7 inches, I'll just go in by probably 4. Maybe let's do a square back. Oh, okay, let me go in by 3.5. Connect it to the 7 like this. And, you know, just connect this back to this point. So if I wanted this shape, or if I want it to be U, all I have to do is adjust this point here to this point. I just create a U shape. So when I cut it out, I have a U, okay? So I'm just going to adjust. This is just for illustration, okay? So now I have created a U shape at the back neckline. I'll go ahead and cut this out so we'll see what we have here. So this is just for illustration purposes. Whenever we're creating anything and we're going to be, adjusting the neckline, you guys, I'll make sure I carry you guys along, but I just want you to understand that your basic neckline is what you need to understand first before you start adjusting to get other necklines, okay? So I'm just going to cut out this U shape that I have created here at the back. And if I was creating a top that I wanted a U shape at the back, this is it. You see? But this is my U shape at the back neckline. I hope you guys understand. Thank you for watching and bye.